What up, guys? This is gonna be a pretty raw video. There's gonna be a bit of emotion, a bit of my story on how I kind of view the world a bit, and I feel like as a 22-year-old who has lived a bit of a pretty eventful adolescent life as well as now an adult life. I feel like I've gone through enough life experience now to kind of speak on a couple subjects, and I feel like the young generation coming up, as well as there's a lot of lost men, a lot of lost women, and I feel like the people I talk to in my personal life, I definitely give them enough guidance and understanding and help them, and I feel like I can also bring that to a platform now to kind of educate, maybe make people think a certain different way or open their mind up a little more. And this is going to be like some advice I wish I had sooner as a male. And if there's any females watching, you could definitely tune in as well and try to understand, a male perspective on a lot of these things. It could help you find a better partner in the future. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be a pretty raw video, and it's been a bit of a week for myself, and I feel like I need to fucking help some people because like I'm still going through the motions of the oceans with life and relationships and being a man and trying to become the best man I can be. And it's a tricky thing, this world, it can be so hard on men and women, but like it can be so tough as a man. Um, and I feel like it's supposed to be tough for men, and I think it's good that it's tough for men. But I think you need to know how to navigate how kind of rough that is, to kind of navigate through a rough life. We have to go through a lot of shit to become the best man we can be, and it's a lot of trials and tribulations along the way. But I'm waffling a bit, but I'll jump into it. But this is gonna basically be like how to become a better man, how to like deal with certain things, um, some things you need to look out for in life, and ultimately trying to become the best version of yourself as a male. And the first sort of thing is like controlling your emotions as a male. And it's something that was embedded in me from a very young age. A lot of women see it as a red flag, or that, childhood was rough. Like, but I was always taught to not show emotion, be that stand tall guy, and be that brick wall when you need to be. Obviously, you can get vulnerable. That's a scary thing to do. Pick and choose who you do that with from past experiences. Do not get vulnerable with women. It is something they want you to do. They want you to be vulnerable. They want you to communicate. But at the end of the day, it can backfire. But, that's not to say you shouldn't be vulnerable with that person that you want to be. Like, I've been vulnerable with many women in my life. Um, Continues not to play out, but it's something you need to do to move forward and learn from. As well as that, like, I'm going to be reading notes here, but like, you need to be able to be that brick wall, like I said. And I know men's mental health matters, and it's not, weak to speak to your mate, but you cannot be vulnerable to your girl in front of women. You need to be that wall, and they will tell you be vulnerable, but just try not to do that. That's the first, like, controlling your emotions and knowing when and how to speak to people, and like choose that person you need to speak to. You can't act on emotion. We aren't women, lads. We do not need to act on emotion, and it's so hard. I struggle with this. Right, I'm still trying to practice what I preach. I know like what I need to do, and I do very well in what I do with like trying to do that the best I can. But we aren't women. We can't act on emotion. We need to learn to move with intent. You need to learn how to plan out your actions, your moves, and you need to have conviction with everything. If you say you're gonna do something, you got to do it. You can't kind of mitigate life like that, and you need to have those calculated moves, and you need to kind of go about like that. And since we're on the topic of like women and being vulnerable, that sort of thing, there's going to be a lot of topics, and it's going to be all over the spot. This is going to be raw as dog, but Like, you need to you need to learn to not chase but attract. Chasing women will get you nowhere, even if it's someone you love. Sometimes when you chase so hard, you can still push them so far. And it fucking hurts. It really does. But chasing women will get you absolutely nowhere, and you'll just be in a constant cycle of chasing lust and all these things and those feelings and everything like that. It can really tear you down. And usually when you start chasing women, it means you're not having a bigger purpose at hand. If a man has no purpose, he will fill it with lust and distraction. You need to have purpose. And like, I'm going to talk about women more and all that sort of thing, but like, as a man, like, this comes into the value thing now. Like, boys, like lads, like, we are born with zero value. A man is born with no value. A woman is born with all her value. Obviously, she can get different value in different aspects later in life, but we are at square one, which is a blessing and a curse, right? Because if you want to be a top tier male, you know, it's hard to become one, but once you become one, there's not many of yous around. So you're at the pinnacle, right? And with women, you know, this is going to be controversial to a lot of people, but like, women are inherently born with their value. So for a woman, any women watching, the things you can do to stay like a valuable woman would just be protect your innocence, move about life with good intentions, hold those family close, really focus on family. Do not get caught up in lust and distractions with that. Like, I suggest, like, just become, like, just do not give away your innocence to just goofballs and all these guys, because once that starts happening, and it sucks to hear, but the value can go down of a woman. And it inherently will. And if a woman is chasing those top tier males want, this is what they care about, like innocence, purity, and it's like, oh, men just want virgins because they want it. You don't understand. Like, I've been around women who have no body count, and I've been around women who have hundreds. There is the most insane difference. Even along the scale of it all, like, 10 bodies is still fucking insane compared to a girl with 0. It's like, it's a very, very, like, hard thing to grasp for a woman, and it's so different, but it can help you a lot by just maintaining that innocence. And if you want to bag that high tier male, like, you just should not give away your innocence to goofballs. On this topic as well, like, you know, as a male, you need to get respected. That's massive. You need to have respect. And obviously, you can't expect respect when you're not a respectable male. You need to be able to earn that sort of privilege. But it's also, like, to my topic here, like, if, like, you know, you're trying to work things out with a girl. Hold on, let me just backphrase a little second. Men and women love differently, right? So, you know, women feel love with, you know, actions and all these things like flowers, you know, words of affirmation, reassurance, and all these nice things. And it's very easy to love a woman and for a woman to feel loved. It's so easy. Like, men and women love so differently. Like, men love conditionally, and that's a fact. Women, not so much. Like, no matter what a woman, what her job is, anything like that, like, it doesn't matter if she's a Macca's worker or a lawyer. It doesn't matter. Like, all men care about is a woman's past, and all women care about is a man's future. So, just, like, understand that as well, like, going into sort of things. With the respect thing, though, like, if you're, because that's very important, like, for me, especially, like, the way I feel love is by being respected, and for those to go hand in hand together, like, I can't feel love from someone if I'm not being respected. So that's a tough one to kind of figure out. And if you aren't, you know, getting respected by a girl, you need to take a step back and maybe understand why. are you doing actions in your life as a male to gain respect? This is a massive thing. You need to learn to gain respect by, you know, who you are as a male, like what you bring to the table. You can't just expect it. You can't be a fucking loser and be like, why don't you respect me? Why don't you listen to what I say? You can't, bro. Like, but if you are becoming a good guy and you do all these things, you treat her well, you treat her like a princess, and you're still getting disrespected, you need to learn to walk away. And this is something like I've recently struggled with. And I guess it's just, you know, you're on your own path in life, but like really think about the respect thing. Like, is that girl, when you're not around, respecting you as a male? When she's around you still, like, is she acting single? Is she, you know, being frugal? Is she being like conservative? Like, these are very important things to men, and you need to like kind of have a look at your girl and see if those actions are, you could pull her up on it, but you can't also expect so many things when you bring fuck all. You bring fuck all, you're gonna get fuck all. Simple as that. Give me a second. I want to read this. Yeah, another thing on that sort of topic. It's like, men are leaders. Men want to be leaders. So if they don't get respected as trying to take that leadership role, and their girl doesn't allow them to take that leadership role, mate, there's girls that will. There is girls out there that will take that, you know, allow you to take that leadership role, but obviously you have to become a bit more of a high. You don't have to be the fucking tippity type of man, but you have to be making bread. You have to be looking good. You have to have like a bit. We'll talk about it all, but like all these things are very, very important to gain respect. But you can't, you know. It's so, oh man, I'm so conflicted sometimes on these topics because I still struggle, but I know what I'm saying is true. But it's just a battle we go through. But yeah, like, don't like let someone not let you lead because, you know, girl boss. Well, for me personally, and I guess a lot of men might feel the same, but it just doesn't flow for myself. It's a no-go. It's not how I operate. And I know that, you know, maybe not right now in my life, it'll kind of play out like that, but, you know, in the future, you know, I know that someone will respect me enough, you know, to allow me to take that leadership role. But obviously, with that being said, I'm going to bring a lot to the table to make her life very good. At the end of the day, like, that's the job of us. It's just like, protect your girl, give her everything, give her the world, but all we ask for back is some respect. That's the trade-off. And I wish, like, I learned that earlier with previous relationships. I wish I understood that a lot more, and I'm still growing as a man, and I feel like that's very important. This video is so raw, by the way. Like, this could not even, I don't even know, but I'm gonna post it regardless, just because, man, like, maybe this will help someone. But yeah, like, for you need to become the ultimate guy. You know, if you have nothing going on in your life, you've got nothing going on. Simple as that. And these are just like some things I want men to understand. Like, I wish I learned a lot of these things sooner. I didn't necessarily have, I don't want to go too much into my personal life, but like, I wish I had a bit more of a male role model. And it's a blessing at the same time that I had to go through all this pain to figure out who I am as a person and what I value. And I value myself a lot. And I know my worth, and that's another thing. You need to understand your worth. Like, if you're a loser, you're a loser. If not, you know. And there's no problem with being a loser. I mean, there is, but there's only a problem if you are staying a loser. You know what I mean? Like, there's always ways to improve. Shit, like, man, I just cut it there, but like, I just wanted to have a rant. I've just been going through some shit, you know what I'm saying? Type shit, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna get better at these videos, and this is like the first raw thing I'm gonna post, but man, sometimes I wish I could just like speak to my younger self and help him, and that's what I want to do, and this might be a jumbo wumbo video, but yeah, to back it all up, man, like, control your emotions, you know, work hard, get goals, don't get caught up in lust. You know, like don't get fuck. I regret that part of my life where I just chased girls and partied and instead of improving myself, and I was always like, why am I just getting these like girls that, you know, just 304s, if you know what I'm saying. And now like as a many years later, and I've been knowing this for a while, and like, you know, it's a reflection of who you are as a man and like what you bring to the table. If your value is high, you're gonna receive so much back from someone that will love you. And that's another thing, like if that girl that I talk about, if they do love you like they say, and they will do anything, bro. They will do anything. But yeah, so control your emotions, learn to when to walk away, become respectable. Just, you know, attract, don't chase. Become the ultimate guy. Um, understand your value and worth and play to those fields. Obviously, keep improving. Get your money up. Learn something. Like learn like myself. Like I don't want to talk too much business on this one, but like I learn a high income skill, and it's put me in a different category of men now, and I'm also trying to get bigger. Like, bro, like I'm 6'4", trying to get big. I got a bright future ahead of me. I know where I'm going in life, and a lot of you need to figure out where you're going in life. And along the way, you'll learn about women, especially if you're young. But yeah, this could be a dog shit video. I'm gonna post it. I don't give a fuck. This is what we're gonna do. And I don't know if I'm just like in a weird place right now with a bunch of shit, but just like fucking good luck. Hope you could pick out one thing that could help from this video. I have no idea. Just good luck, lads. Thank you.